What is going on, everybody? You know who it is. Right now, you're hanging out with Slim, host of Urban View, and I'm here with the one and only JAWAN.mp3. What's going on, bro? How are you doing?
What's up, man? I'm doing really well. It's Friday. It's a happy Friday. So yeah,
Definitely a
I'm
happy
good.
Friday. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Definitely a happy Friday. So I'm ready to get to the weekend, even though we have snow over here. I don't know about where you're at, bro. How's it at with the snow?
I'm in Atlanta. Thankfully, we don't have any snow. I think the most we got today was just like a cold front, which is nothing too crazy, but nah, it's still cold. I feel sorry though for the people that got snow. The snow is looking crazy. It's looking crazy. Wait, where are you based though?
I'm based in Jersey, North Jersey.
Oh, got you. Yeah, y'all got it pretty bad. My Jersey friends are suffering.
It depends on where they're at, because right now it's not too bad over here. We got some snow, but it's not too bad.
Oh, that's good. That's good, man. That's good.
But with that out the way, again, this is Juan at MP3, an Atlanta-based R&B artist, someone who just put out the EP called The Abstract. I'm a huge fan of the EP, and I know after this interview, you guys are going to love him as well. So let's get straight into the interview. So my first question that I have for you is this. If you had to introduce yourself to someone who didn't know anything about you, how would you describe who Juan.mp3 is?
Yeah, man. That's a good question. I'd say that Jawan MP3 is like you said, an Atlanta-based singer-songwriter, someone who's soulful, someone who is truthful and champions beauty and honesty and just great music, man. I'm speaking of them as if it's like some kind of third person thing, but I think that's what makes up who I am. All the experiences that I've had in my life have, led me to this point, and everything's just about seeing my own evolution, but through my art. So it's been great, man. It's been great so far. Becoming the artist I am.
Got you. And let me just
Yeah,
let you know that we all appreciate the artist that you are and the artist that you are becoming. And again, your music
thank
definitely
you.
tells a story about it. And speaking of
Yeah.
the experiences that you talked about before, in your childhood, who were some of your personal inspirations that crafted your musical sound today and it's affecting your writing and your vocals as it's presented to your audience?
Oh man, yeah. I grew up on R&B. I remember being in the back of my grandmother's blue neon, just listening to 92.9, 92.1, in our local town. And I was just raised on a lot of the greats, so Usher, Maxwell, Babyface, Brandy, um,
That's a cold list.
Sade.
That's a very cold list. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, man. I feel like a lot of those people definitely had a hand in shaping me as an artist. Um, like some of the greatest talent I think we've ever seen in the world, and I'm just grateful to be inspired by and shaped by them. So yeah.
I can, like I said before, I can definitely feel you with a lot of those artists and being in the backseat of my mom's car and my aunt's car and just being
Yeah,
getting that influence of music because you hear all the stuff on the radio and then you hear it at all the parties and then at a certain point you add it to your
yeah,
playlist and then you get to like craft your sound a little bit and that's how you
yeah,
fall in love with it. So I definitely agree with you on that one. But speaking
absolutely.
on the love of music, when was the deciding moment that made it clear that music was your true passion and the thing that you really wanted to make a career for you?
Yeah, man. I remember I was in school. I was following two different tracks. I could either become an English teacher because I love words, obviously as a songwriter, or I could become a musician. I had this opportunity to go to this performing arts high school, and I decided to go to the school. I love the idea of teaching, but music gave me a different feeling. And so, I went through the performing arts high school and I got all this training and this exposure to the arts and how it can shape you as a person and how it can affect people, positively. It was in those moments when I decided I was like, I can see myself doing this full time and for life. It felt like my passion had been awakened in those moments.
Okay, I definitely can respect that. And touching on the school that you went to, was there one specific teacher that you kind of drew to that kind of led you down that path as far as musically? Was there a teacher or was there a figure there or no?
Yeah, Yeah, my voice teacher. I had a lot of different teachers, man, like a voice teacher, dance teacher. You know, you do all your regular academic stuff, but my voice teacher definitely had a huge impact on me. Like he spent, half of his job was, of course, teaching us, music theory or teaching us like actual voice and performance. But the other half of it, he spent a lot of time just exposing us to different things. And you've got a bunch of kids in the middle of Mississippi in this really small town, coming from all over the state to learn and really hone their crafts. And, we're classically trained. So we're seeing, especially, the Black or the students of color, like we're seeing, you know, other performers of color in classical or in musical theater, and it's that exposure. It's like I never saw myself being able to, express myself in so many different ways. I thought I was just gonna be an R&B singer, but I've got this background that, again, it's just one of those things that's helped shape me. It's probably why I'm so obsessed with singing in my falsetto, or like, I try to sing these really long, beautiful lines, but it all of that exposure, and just his hand and his intention and molding us into our own personal artists, that definitely had a big hand in shaping me in who I am. So yeah, Mr. Patton Rice, legend.
Well, shout out to him. And honestly, I think we have to definitely give credit to teachers because depending on the
Mm,
field that you go down in, there's always that one teacher and they always push you there. And it's like, maybe I have another path. Maybe there's something else in front of me, but that teacher and whatever they pour into you, that's what makes you really go into that field. And with your story, a lot of people can relate with that because they have a teacher as well out there. So shout out
yeah,
to all the teachers who push kids into their potential, into what they really want to do. So salute to them. So with that out the
absolutely.
way, my next question is, as an unsigned artist, do you think that there are close to or even more opportunities to build success in the music industry compared to if you were signed to a major label? Because we've seen over the last couple of years, the fight between becoming independent and also being signed to a major label. There's pros and cons on both sides, but I'd love to hear your experience about being an unsigned artist in the industry.
Yeah, man. I think we're in an age of really great opportunity. You're seeing the boom of so many bedroom artists, so many closet artists who can invest in their own equipment. They can record their songs and with a click of a button, upload it so that people can hear all over the world. And that kind of power has not always been in the hands of the artists to get their music all over the world, and it is now. So there's definitely an advantage. There's a power there. We're seeing a growing movement, in independent, where people are making real names for themselves and becoming powerhouses, and they've got something to leverage, something to sort of broker, with something made with their own two hands. And I think that's it's really inspiring. And for me, especially, becoming a businessman in all of this, because, as an unsigned artist, I am the artist, but I'm the label, I'm the publisher, I'm doing all these different things. And, it, you care about it more. Your career is really in your hands, and all the people that you meet along the way to help you build it up, they're all instrumental. I don't have a machine behind me. So yeah, it's a really great feeling, man, being unsigned and feeling like you're moving the needle, with some of the great things that I've been able to accomplish with my music so far. Like it's a good time, man. Unsigned artists are they're doing their thing.
I definitely agree with you on that because there's, like you said, it's the era of the bedroom artists. So many other artists that we see, they're chilling in their bedrooms and they have one great song and then it catapults them and they're able to build this
Mhm.
audience and they're able to grow organically. And we're seeing that now as in this generation. And honestly, I see it moving forward, trending as independents being more popular than being signed to a label. But like I said before, there are pros and cons to every situation. And you have to make sure that the situation is right for you and your family as well. So, but definitely, I think
Absolutely.
being an unsigned artist for you, it's definitely working out. It's definitely working out.
Thank you, man.
No problem, man. Because my thing is always try to make sure people get their flowers. Because I'm gonna touch on that a little bit in the end. Because I got more flowers to give you. But speaking on
Uh,
R&B, in your opinion, what is the state of R&B currently, and what, if anything, can your music add to the overall landscape of R&B? I'd love to hear about this.
Yeah, man, I'm in love with R&B currently. I think we went through like a little weird period a few years ago where,
Yeah,
you know, the
yeah,
whole R&B is dead
yeah.
thing was going around, and you know, we were seeing a lot of pop music kind of dominating EDM and all this stuff. But man, R&B is everywhere you go, and some artists that are really killing it out there. Much respect to like her. She's doing amazing, man. Lucky Day, Victoria Monet,
Woo.
Tone Stith. It's a long list of like movers and shakers in R&B right now that are really putting it on the map. So it's an exciting time, and I'm just, you know, thankful to even be in the conversation or to be, you know, adding something to it. And then as far as like what I feel my contribution is, what I love about art is that, you know, everyone has their own unique POV. You know, I have all of my experiences that, you know, may be relatable, but you know, they're so uniquely mine still, you know. And so I love being able to put that into my music, and I love bringing, you know, there's like a through line of beauty too in all the music that I do, because I'm just amazed by just the creation process and, you know, making sounds that move people, things that move myself. And I feel like, you know, it's a lot of, while there is a resurgence of R&B, there could be a lot more love in R&B right now. So I feel like I'm also bringing that too with what I'm doing, but you know, a lot of truth too, about the different emotional states and experiences that, you know, I go through that may be relatable. So, you know, man, I'm doing my thing, and I'm just happy to, you know, be doing my part. You know?
Let me just tell you, you're definitely one of the rising stars in R&B. And if you don't know about this guy yet, you're gonna know about him. And I definitely agree with you. There was a part for like a couple years where R&B, it was kind of in like a weird way. It was kind of mixed with pop. It was kind of mixed with all these other sounds. But R&B
Yeah,
itself as a genre was it wasn't really there. But I feel like the last couple years with a couple names like you said her, you said Lucky Day, even
yeah.
other names, Cleo Soul, she's on the list.
Oh man, she
She's
dropped my
amazing. She's
favorite album
amazing.
of last year.
I just
I
got put
That's what
on.
I mean. That's what I mean. Like her music is so soulful and beautiful. I remember I was hearing it. I was like, this feels so like meticulously put together, but also so raw and organic. It feels spiritual. Like her music really moves me, and I'm really just trying to do the same thing. I'm trying to create that same feeling. I love Cleo Soul. Yeah, she's definitely on that list of people too.
Yeah, but honestly, like I said, the new wave of R&B is definitely killing it. But moving on to the next question, if we're talking about the new wave of R&B, like I already said, you are a part of it, sir, and you just released the EP not too long ago called The Abstract, like I mentioned in the
Yeah.
beginning. So, what was the inspiration behind your latest EP, The Abstract?
Yeah, man. So I was putting together my first full length project, and the songs were really shaping up to be some of my best work yet. Um, but I had a collection of songs that felt like it could be the precursor or like the appetizer to what's to come. So that's why I called it the abstract, because it's like it's an abbreviated or just like a sample of everything that I'm working on. And I feel like it best represents where I am musically, but also gives a taste of where I'm going and the artist that I'm becoming. And I just wanted to get something out to my supporters. I've got this really amazing growing fan base that have been rocking with me since my first release. I put a project out back in 2019 called Broken, and ever since then, it's just, you know, the buzz has been going about me, and it was just my way of like sharing, you know, where I am with the supporters, but also a great way to, you know, attract new fans and supporters. You know, is why we're here today, and I'm so excited about the success. You know, we hit number 7 on the iTunes R&B charts, and I did that independent, which is me and my homies that are like super talented and like help me to, you know, be my best artist or help me to amplify my voice. And you know, we did that number 7 on the iTunes R&B charts, and you know, all these different features across BET and OK Player and Up Rocks. And right now we're taking off on TikTok with like over 12,000 videos made to Only Want You, which is like the fan favorite record, and like collectively at over 7 million views. on, you know, all of those videos combined. It's amazing, man. Did that independent with just a sample of what's to come. So it makes me excited about, you know, the full length project and how people will respond to that. So yeah, we're in a good place.
That because you know the funny thing, you actually touched on what I was gonna like touch on a little bit later when it comes to all the
Yeah,
love that you're receiving, because you have been actually getting a whole lot of love, man. It is crazy from TikTok to all these other
yeah,
media platforms. Like I said, we're gonna touch on that in a little bit. But the next thing I want to ask you is, as an artist, how important is it to be involved in all parts of the creative process of crafting your music? Because I've seen it on Instagram, I've seen it on TikTok, where you're posting some of the background vocals, you're posting some of the production that you're doing. Like, how
yeah.
important is it for you to be central in the creation of your music and not just rely on a producer where you just come in and sing?
Oh man, that's been the most important thing. You know, my music is really personal. I think, you know, the best way to get to know me is through the songs. If you want to know like what I'm feeling or what I'm going through. I mean, I pull experiences from everywhere, but you know, it's so much a part of me. So I have to be instrumental in every part of the process. I don't think a lot of people know that a majority of my discography are songs that, you know, originated with me, like with my melodies or with my words. And I bring it to the incredible producers that I work with. Tanya Ayeva, who's like one of the greatest musicians I've ever had the privilege of meeting and working with. Jonathan Watts, that I worked on with my first project, who's just a brilliant mind and just knows music so well and knows radio, knows what works. You know, it was me bringing my ideas to them for them to help, you know, flesh out. You know, so I I've been a huge part of that process, and I hope to remain that. You know, I am learning though to be open to, though, like open to what other songwriters have to offer, or you know, other visionaries who want to help me expand the sound, or um, you know, help me to elevate even more. So I'm definitely, you know, embarking upon more collaboration, but I'm still that central piece because you know these are my stories, it's my words, it's you know it's my music. Yeah,
I can definitely get with that as well, because I think the biggest thing is being involved, but not just totally shutting yourself out to the collaboration, like you said before. I think it's important to always be open to collaboration, because you never know what that collaboration is going to do for not only your career, but also the other person that you're working with as well. Because there's so much music to be made and so many stories to be told. And sometimes you can't just do it
mhm,
by yourself, and you need others with you to tell those stories. So I definitely get you opening
absolutely.
up and trying to have more people in, but still having a
Yeah,
hand on your music. I definitely respect that, bro.
absolutely.
Moving on to the next question is actually this. So on the abstract, there was a song, like you already touched on it, Only Want You. It's blowing up on TikTok right now. And the one thing that I
Yeah,
appreciated as a music head and somebody who just listens to music, the background vocals and the layerings, like towards the end, when you were just doing all the stacks of the
yeah.
vocals, it touched me in a different way, because I listened to it and it took me to a different level. I was like, ooh, okay, okay. I respect. But do you feel like that type of vocal layering is important for making sure that songs have more richness and life in them? Because some of the songs on the radio, they sound like a radio song. But if we look at R&B as
Yeah,
a genre, it's richness, it's life. So do you feel like
yeah,
vocal layering does that for your songs?
yeah, absolutely, man. There's this Beyonce song off of her first album where she talks about it's like an interlude and she says, I believe that harmonies are colors. And that's what it is for me. You know, like the song bare bones, right, with just the melody and production, you know, it's still a canvas. There's so much, you know, space there. And I try to I try to add some dimension and some color to the record, you know, with those background vocals. It really helps to, like, with Only Want You in particular, like the background vocals I think are my favorite part of the song.
Yeah.
I worked like I laid the foundation for it. And then I had my friends, Mel Smith, who's an incredible songwriter. I had him come in and like, you know, old school traditional R&B it up with like some really, really clean stacks and just, you know, background vocals across the whole song. So he's who you hear singing along with me on the verses and a little bit on the hook. But then also I work with my mixing engineer, my mastering guy, Jerry. He's a really good friend of mine. He and I are actually singing together. Our voices sound so similar that, you know, when they stack together, it's so compact and it's so rich and full. But we're singing together on the bridge and we're just kind of weaving around each other. And it's fun to create, man. Like those are the musical moments that I live for in music. And so I try to put it in my own. And this is the cherry on top. Like I can love my music all day, but it feels so great to have it appreciated by others and, you know, for people to enjoy the same things that I enjoy. Like this is, you know, it's love, man. So I do appreciate you. I do.
Because that's
Yeah.
what, let me just tell you again, man. And also shout out to everyone else who's on the record. Shout out to everybody.
Yeah.
But again, Only Want You is definitely an incredible record off the EP, especially with the vocals. And again, the thing in R&B, the one thing that I don't get, certain radio hits, I understand they try to cross different genres from R&B to pop in order for it to reach more people. But sometimes it loses out on the soul of the record. You know what I mean? Certain ones,
Yeah.
not all of them, because certain records are meant to be crossovers, but other records, they need the soul, they need the richness in it. You know what I mean? And your music
Yeah.
has done that for me. And I know it's done that for a whole lot of other people. So definitely salute to you and
Um,
salute to your team as well, man. Salute to everybody.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Like
I
I
appreciate
give
that.
people their flowers, man. I got to give people their flowers, man.
Yeah, man. That's love. Thank you, man.
No problem. And then also talking about giving you your flowers, you already touched on this a little bit earlier, but you've basically been blowing up. Your song Assurance was featured on Apple Music's new R&B songs and new and R&B playlists, and you've been receiving
Yeah.
more love for your music on multiple streaming platforms. You already named it Pandora, Uprocks, OK Player, BET, and then also I wanted to bring this up
Yeah.
too. Originally, I didn't even have this when I was writing the questions, but I saw it on your stories the one and the only Miss Brandy Norwood reposted one of your stories. Like, forget everything else. How does that feel to get so much love that even Brandy Norwood, the vocal Bible, is reposting your music?
If I go mute for like 5 minutes, that's the only way to really describe what that feeling is like. Bro, it's overwhelming at times. It's really good. Like I really do try to center the love of music and just the joy that I get from creating. But you know, it's like the byproduct of what we do is that sometimes you get a lot of love and a lot of recognition. And sometimes it's from your heroes. And Brandy, like I mentioned, she's in my list of people that, you know, shaped me as a singer, as a vocalist. I think when people listen to some of my songs, they hear like, you know, like an air of Brandy, just like a tinge of Brandy, like, oh, I know that, I
Just a
recognize
little
that.
bit,
And
just
I'm
a little
like, just
bit,
a little bit.
just a little bit, yeah.
And to get a salute from her, man, it's really affirming. And yeah, all of the publications and all of the, you know, the platforms that have ever featured my music, I'm just so incredibly thankful. And all the artists that have, you know, shared and connected with my music and all the people that have too, it's really amazing. That Brandy one it hits different, man. It is different. That's a different kind of cosign. Yeah.
That's why I had to bring it up, bro, because I was like, look, I respect all these different publications. We respect you. We thank you so much for giving him the
We
opportunity.
love those publications,
We love
man.
every single one of them. But it's different when it's the Brandy Norwood, Brandy
Yeah.
Moesha. She's giving you
Yeah.
the stamp of approval on your music this early in the game, even though you had the other project that you did in 2019, this project
Mhm.
now, and then moving forward, you got that stamp of approval. Insane. And then also I wanted to touch on this. So how does it feel? You got all the spotlight, all this validation on your work, and how does it motivate you moving forward?
Yeah, man. You know what? I think another element of this is service. You know, I want to give back in my music, whether that's, you know, speaking uh, truth to people's experiences, or helping them to just work through whatever, like, emotional states they're in, through my lyrics, through my songs. I just want to continue to service the people. So it keeps me motivated, people loving the records. Again, I try to center the joy of just creating, but there's something validating and gratifying about people also connecting with music, because I think that's the power of music, right? To be able to connect and to be able to share through song, through dance, all those different things. So, it's the added value. It's the added value, and it's motivating. It really is.
Because again, the thing about it, like you said before, music connects us all in a way where no matter your age, no matter your race, no matter how much money you have, it's something about music that connects us all because of the experiences. And
Hmm.
again, the thing with good music is that as soon as you turn it back on and on and on, it takes you back to a certain experience and you can relate to it. Even songs from the past, you can relate where, oh, I grew up from this experience, but I was still here. I took the lessons from
Yeah,
it and now I moved on from it. And I definitely
yeah,
get the point where you giving back and trying to share these experiences through your music. That's very big, bro. Very big.
yeah, man.
Okay, so then another question for the EP. So when you were making this EP, were there any songs that were on the table that you thought about adding, but they just didn't make the cut?
Yeah, a lot of the songs that are gonna be on the album, because you got to save something for later.
Got you, got you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. When I was putting the EP together, I was like, I wanted to be, you know, I wanted to be concise, right? But also really powerful. Like, I want all the records to be, strong enough to stand on their own. But I also don't want to give away all the sauce. We gotta give people a reason to come back when the full length project drops. So yeah, man, it was a few records, but you'll hear them soon enough. Yeah.
Okay, you ladies and gentlemen, you just heard it first. So some of the records that were not on the EP, you'll hear on the full length project. And just for those who don't know, who follow him on IG or TikTok, this man has
Yeah,
been working on the project. We're going to talk about it in just a little bit. But again, this man is a hard worker. He's working for his fans. He's working for you guys. Give him a little bit of
yeah,
time. If you are trying to hit him up, give him some time. He's going to come out with some good music. But I'm just trying to give you a PSA, right? He's just
yeah. Be patient with me. Be
be
patient with
patient.
me.
Be patient. Good
Yo,
music
it's
comes at
so
a
hard.
cost.
Exactly, man. It's hard to keep up with the demand of music nowadays, because you got people dropping new songs like once a week, once a month, and it's like the added pressure of just staying visible. But good shit takes time. It does. It does.
Yeah, but good music does take time. But again, it's a sacrifice, y'all. Good music is a sacrifice. Okay. So the
Mhm.
next question that I do have for you is this. So with everything that you've done already and everything that you want to do moving forward, what can fans expect from Jvhnny.mp3 in the future? We already talked about the
Ooh.
project. What besides the project, what else do we got in the future?
Yeah, so the full length project, I'm hoping to drop it. Um, I hate the word soon, but again, like, I'm taking my time to really craft something really masterful here, like something I can really be proud of. And so it definitely will come out this year. I can say that for sure. But some other really cool, exciting projects that I'm working on is, I'm doing some collaborative projects with my friends. I've got two different sets of friends that I'm making joint projects with. So that music, like, there's my music, but that music is crazy. I've had some really, really, really talented friends. And it's just great when you got a good mastermind, man. When you've got great people that are, talented musicians that you can just feed off of and just make beautiful records with. So my hope is that those projects will come, as well, either this year or top of next year, just so that we've got a steady flow of music coming. And that's really what people can expect, man. Just a steady flow of music, and seeing Juwan everywhere, hearing him on your radio, seeing them on your TV, Instagram and TikTok, as you said. Yeah, man, it's just about being visible and just elevating and everything that we're doing. It's happening. It's
It
happening.
is. It is. It is happening right now. And you guys heard it first. Look, 2022, 2023. We can expect a project from him, and then also the other 2 side projects that he has with his friends. Again, there's a
Yeah,
lot coming from Jvhnny.mp3. Give him some space. He's working, guys. He's trying
yeah.
to work for y'all.
I don't, and my friends, we haven't even talked about it like publicly yet. So I'm like, I'm gonna keep some secrets. I'm gonna keep some secrets. But
Got you. I
yeah,
got
man, some
you.
exciting things coming. Yeah, I'm excited.
Well, again, you guys already know Juan.mp3 has an EP out right now before you get the full project. Again, it's called The Abstract. It's on Apple Music, Spotify, wherever else you stream your music. Go support. And also, one thing I have to ask you. So, on my platform, one of the things that I'm striving to do is help creatives also share their platforms with other creators as well, especially when it comes to singers, musicians, anybody like that. So for you, you're sitting in this position right now, and you're the first guest on Urban View. Again, shout out to you.
Woo!
First one, first one. Shout out, shout out. So who would you want me to have on here next? Who's underrated? Who do you want me to have on?
Ooh, man, there are I know a lot of talented people. Um, I would say Elijah Day.
Ooh,
He's
okay.
a Yeah, Elijah Day he's a pop superstar. And he will soon be a household name, and he's one of the most talented singer songwriters that I know, performers, like a brilliant performer. I definitely say him. I'd say Miles Saunders, who's another one of those, really incredible singer songwriters. But he's got this really soulful, like just perfect male R&B voice. Think Tank and Omarion. He's just so clean with it, man. He's sick. He's really sick. I'd say Briar Blakely too. She's a really close friend of mine. She makes, um, I think the best way to describe her music is like electronic by nature, but it's got those really soulful undertones. And her music is just really beautiful. She's very soulful. She's an incredible artist, phenomenal singer songwriter, probably the best female singer I know personally. So I'm gonna say those are my 3 for right now. Those are just the 3 that came off the top of my head, and I'm sure they would love to talk to you, man.
Got you. So everyone he mentioned, I'm coming for you in one way or another. I'll try to get something ready, because that's the thing. The thing about a platform is you got to share it. And the thing is, if we
Yeah,
all
man.
share together, that's how we're all going to come up. And again, before anything else, I said I was going to say more roses. Listening to your music and seeing everything that you've done thus far, all the love that you've received, everything that you've poured into your music, Juan.mp3 will be a household name. That's why I was lucky enough to get him right now. Man, let me tell y'all like a quick little story. So I found him on TikTok out of nowhere because he was putting up a post about getting his music discovered and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, maybe he's just another TikTok guy. I don't know. So I searched up his name on Apple Music. I listened to the whole EP in one night, because you can do that with the EP. You can listen to it in one night. It's only 5 tracks, right? I listened to it. After the 3rd or 4th track, I was like, yeah, I got to get this guy on right now. I got to get him on right now. And then I tried to get him through TikTok, through the comments. I was like, yo, bro, I need you right now. I was not thinking straight. And then I was like, look, when you send him an email, let me do it the right way. And that's what I did. You responded, and
Juan,
now you're here
professional.
today. Shout out to professionalism. Shout out. So again, I just want to say thank you so much, Juan, for being on. You're putting on for Atlanta, because another quick thing, Atlanta R&B right now, whew, Atlanta
Yeah.
R&B is going crazy. You might be a part of that big list soon, bro. I'm letting you know.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you. And let me also too just give you some flowers. I'm happy to be your first guest, but I know I'll just be one of many to come. Man, you're super gracious. You're super personable. This feels so, yeah, like this is so easy, man. You're easy to talk to. And I appreciate you showing so much love, man, for amplifying my voice. And, I'll do what I can too to amplify yours as well. Cause you're right. When you have a platform, you've got to share it. And people deserve they need to connect with this beautiful energy, man, that you got going. So I do appreciate you, man. Lots of love. Lots of love.
Love,
Yeah.
bro. Love. Thank you so much, bro. Like that,
You're
because
doing great work, bro. You
thank you,
gotta
man.
you gotta get your shine.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
man.
Because that's the thing. When you give flowers, sometimes you don't expect to get it thrown back. You know what I mean? So
Oh,
thank
bro.
you. Thank you. That hits, man.
Yeah, no, you're doing amazing work, man. Keep it up.
All right. And then we got 2 more things. First, Where can people follow you? Where can people find you? Give them all your information, bro.
Yeah, man, you can follow me on any social network, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook at JAWAN.mp3. And my music is the same. It's JAWAN.mp3. Check me out. Yeah, man.
Got you. So make sure you follow him on all social platforms. Make sure you stream all of his music. Again, this is just the appetizer until we get the full project. But again, you're going to be full up on the appetizers. I'm telling you, this is some good appetizers for music. I'm letting you know.
Thank you.
And then
I love this analogy too. You got people, they eating good.
They are
eating good.
And one final thing that you got to do for me, you got to plug the biggest joint off of your EP. Again, I like all the songs. The biggest one that's going crazy right now, Only Want You. Plug it right now before we get out of here.
What's going on, everybody? This is JAWAN.mp3, and I'm chilling here on URBNVIEW with my guy Slim, and you're about to listen to my single, Only Want You, off my latest EP, The Abstract, right now. Powered by Urban 95, I-95, Stone for hip hop and R&B.
Again, Juan, thank you so much for being on here, bro. And just to let you know, if you have any other drops, anything involving with your music, you can always come back on here. The door is open, wide open. You can come back on, bro.
For sure, man. Thank you so much, man, for this opportunity. This was amazing.
Same here, bro. Thank you so much.
I only want you, yeah. 'Cause I only want you, yeah. 'Cause I only want you, baby, yeah. I only want you. 'Cause I only want you.